Coming up, you want speed? You got it. The fastest amateur triathletes in all the land will be going flat out today. The swim, the bike, the run, a sprint to the finish. Plus, two sports collide and history is made as stand-up paddleboard meets triathlon. And a 13-year-old prodigy, a 16-year-old superstar, an athlete who lost 300 pounds, and another who flies like a bird. All this and so much more coming up.
Do you want to know what America's all about? It's about freedom. Today is about freedom. Freedom to work hard, to play hard, freedom to exercise our passions, freedom to make our own choices. But freedom isn't given, you have to earn it. Work for it, sacrifice, like our veterans have shown us. Yeah, sometimes we fall down, but we always get back up again. That's what Americans do. That's what this day is all about. Freedom.
Scion, in cooperation with the City of Hammond and the Hammond Port Authority, present Leon's World's Fastest Triathlon.
This the scene from high above beautiful Wolf Lake Park in Hammond, Indiana, just a few miles south of Chicago, Illinois. A virtual beehive of activity as 1,000 of the top amateur triathletes from around the world prepare to square off in an all-out, high-speed battle to the finish. Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Morris alongside former professional cyclist and Ironman Robbie Ventura. Welcome to Leon's. And Robbie, this race always known for one thing, right? Speed.
It's a very, very fast course. I mean, the swim is smooth. It's going to be fast swim times. But what's really exciting is this bike course. I mean, this bike course is dead flat. And with a little bit of a tailwind, these guys could hit speeds of 35, 40 miles an hour out there on the bike.
Our host, Leon, who is quite a character and who you will meet later on, his mission has always been bring together the best amateurs in the country and just let them have at it, and he's done that again.
Absolutely. I mean, he does some amazing things, getting so many athletes to come to this event. I mean, an all-star cast in a very, very deep field. The women's field, absolutely phenomenal, young and experienced athletes, but the men's field, that's really, really exciting. Ben Knut is not here. He's won the last couple of years, but of course, his coach, Adam Zuko, second 2 years ago, third last year, he wants to win here.
And in addition to the usual suspects, Robbie, Leon kicking it up a notch this year with the addition of the athletes from the Best of the U.S. Tri-Series.
Yeah, the Best of the U.S. Tri-Series, really taking the best athletes from each of these states, combining them together, making the best of the U.S., bringing them here to Leon's. Now you took a regional event that was very, very strong, deep field, made it a national event. People from Alaska, from California, here to compete, deepening the field here at Leon's.
We've always been about the amateurs. If you go back in the history of Leon's, pioneering the national championship for the amateurs, it's always been about where names are made. Everyone wants to go up against the best. I mean, if you are the best, you want to go up against the best. So our philosophy is showcase these amateurs on a national stage and let them show what they have, and it's just something we're honored to be part of.
It's all about creating a platform for very talented, competitive people to find that environment that can really bring out their best. So Best of the U.S. is state-focused and intended to create that opportunity for people from all over to come together, race each other, no matter how old they are. So it's going to be hugely competitive.
All right, Robbie, let's check out some of the men's contenders.
There's one of them right there, Colin Riley, one of the biggest talents that has emerged from collegiate triathlon, which is really starting to produce some world-class triathletes. Colin was third last year in the Best of the U.S. and recently finished 7th overall in the Collegiate Nationals. What would winning mean to Colin?
It would be a huge experience and a huge accomplishment. I know that the field is really stacked, and if I come out with the win, that would be a huge, huge accomplishment.
There's up-and-coming superstar Dan Stubleski, the reigning 70.3 world champion. He won Steelhead last year, and he's relatively new to triathlon, only a couple of years, super talented. Look out for him today. And of course, the veteran, Adam Zuko, on the podium here the last couple of years, but this year he's facing a new challenge, the best of the U.S. athletes.
I'm not intimidated by those guys, but I definitely respect them all. So I think a top 3 or a top 5 is definitely in the cards. That being said, who knows? You know, maybe a win, maybe 10th.
Now on to the women's side. We have 40-year-old Heather Westerman, national age group champion. She had a terrible bike accident a little while ago, and now she's recovered from that broken hip. A great swimmer looking to put it all together today. Look out for Jen Garrison, one of the most dominant triathletes in the Midwest for so many years. She took a couple years off to have a baby. Now she's back and ready to prove herself here at Leon's. But the big favorite here, Kirsten Sass, 35-year-old national champ who is undefeated this year. 4 wins already. Clearly one of the dominant women in female triathletes. Tell us a little bit about this course. If you had a chance to look at the swim and the bike, what's unique about it?
I've looked at it. The greatest part, of course, is the closed freeway. I'm a big fan of closed roads for cycling where you can just put your head down and go. So I'm excited about that part. And of course, it's a flat run. That's always nice too.
This race and everything happening here today dedicated to the men and women who serve in the military and our veterans. Leon Wolick, the race founder, passionate in his support of our servicemen and women and the many fine organizations that serve them. So a poignant moment as the flag is unfurled and our national anthem is sung by 16-year-old Emily Arndt. The moment, 2 T-34 Air Force trainers circa 1950. Thanks to Team Lima Lima for that thrilling moment. Now some numbers courtesy of Pods Moving and Storage. This an Olympic distance event. That means a 0.9-mile swim, a big rectangle in Wolf Lake, followed by 24.8 miles on the bike. That's 2 long loops. Then a 6.2-mile run, very flat, gonna be fast. Just like it was last year. Here are the times from 2012. Ben Canute and Adrian Shields. Those are going to be tough to beat. Now time for Track Facts, brought to you by Scion and your local Scion dealers. Robbie, take us through the swim course here on Wolf Lake.
Tim, as we look down from the chopper, we see a beautiful swim course that begins with a pretty narrow starting area. These athletes will battle for the inside track, hugging the inside of the buoys along the left-hand side, trying to take the shortest distance as they cruise through the first third of a mile. The second leg has the swimmers making a quick left turn, which takes them south for the swim shortest leg. The swimmers then, Tim, they see the home stretch. They're heading back to that transition area where they have a sandbar about 200 yards out, which could make things a little bit tricky.
Thanks, Leon. Great time out there.
Out on the pier, hey, there's Leon. He tries to greet just about everybody at the beginning and the end of the race, and that is a tall task. Our race day forecast now brought to you by Pods. Currently a comfortable 68 degrees, and the water temperature also 68 degrees, but temps are expected to plummet. The winds could pick up, so this could be interesting. First group into the water, the All-Star Amateur Wave. That's all the fastest athletes, both men and women. Robbie is down there with one of the top women's contenders, Jen Garrison.
Tell us a little bit about your nerves. What are you thinking about at this point?
Staying warm, but honestly, just thinking about having fun and trying to bike as hard as you can with the wind today and enjoying the bike. And really, for me, I just got to bike my butt off. So, yeah, just trying to hold on.
All right, they're in the water and getting ready to go. Robbie, what's going through their minds?
They're thinking of one thing: get themselves in position, fastest way to that first buoy.
There's the starting gun, and they are off right now. Some very turbulent waters, right?
With the additional 40 other athletes in this starting wave, these guys are hitting one another nonstop, really focused on the shortest distance to get to that first buoy. It's a battle out there.
You can see some of the athletes really struggling. It's tough. Sarah Zeffi sets the scene.
A lot of people get very anxious in the water because there's so many people around and, you know, it's open water. It's much different from swimming in a pool. You kind of just have to expect that your heart is going to be beating out of your chest at the very beginning, and then you just have to know that you'll get into a rhythm, you'll find your spots, everything will settle down. It'll all kind of be okay.
Yeah, everything's going to be okay, particularly for Luke Langfeld. Got the lead out there. Someone's out to the right of him, seems to be a little bit off course.
The swimmers are starting to separate, and Luke is way out front, taking that inside line. When Sarah talked about her spots, he's spotting on the left-hand side. That guy who's off to the right, he's out of it.
He must be using a lot of energy, though, out front.
He's powering away those big, huge strokes. You can see the riders trying to stay on his feet. We'll see if they can keep up with him.
And there is Heather Westerman benefiting from the men. She is the women's leader right now. Coming up, they are streaking towards that first turn buoy. Who will get there first to earn the Lucas Oil hole shot? Plus, an athlete competing today who used to weigh 500 pounds. Amazing. And a history-making moment as triathlon meets stand-up paddleboarding. Stay with us.
Leon's Triathlon is brought to you by Scion and your local Scion dealer, Zoot, Versa Climber, Body Glove, South Shore Convention and Visitors Bureau, Pods Moving and Storage, Lucas Oil, Blue Sky Partners, Fire Shark, Fit Trip, transforming your time at the gym into the best part of your day, and Urban Tri-Gear.
With a 2012 Motorist Choice Award from IntelliChoice and Auto Pacific, a 2013 IIHS Top Safety Pick, a Pioneer audio system with Bluetooth and HD radio technology, and 33 mpg highway rating. You won't love one thing about the Scion XD. You'll love everything. Lease a 2013 Scion XD, $169 per month, $19.99 due at signing.
The voice. Sometimes it's a whisper. Sometimes it's a scream. But it's never, ever a mumble.
What's this? A car on a barge on Wolf Lake? Yes, a very cool little Scion IQ. Love this. You never know what you're going to see out here at Leon's. Now back to the start, and it's time for our history-making moment brought to you by Body Glove. 20 stand-up paddleboarders starting the race completely new to the sport of triathlon.
We're extremely excited about paddleboarding. Billy Maestro Jr., a very close friend of ours, their family owns Body Glove. On a recent trip out west, we had an experience of a lifetime. We were out at Catalina Island on the Body Glove boat. We got on the paddleboard, and Billy was saying, what a great idea if you can incorporate that into the endurance market and put it into the triathlon. I said, let's do it. Next thing we knew, here we are this weekend making history.
Stand-up paddleboarding is an ancient Hawaiian sport. It's recently been sort of revived, and there's now a thriving race scene all around the Midwest and on both coasts, really all across America. Stand-up paddling is a fantastic core workout, so it's a great cross-training tool for any kind of athlete, so it definitely applies very well to triathletes, as well to draw stand-up paddleboarders into the world of triathlon. This will be my first triathlon. I've been a stand-up paddle racer for the last 3 years, and so I've been, just getting into the bike and run, and it's been really fun and exciting new challenge for me. So we're hoping to see both the sports just integrate that way to challenge people in new ways.
A great addition to this year's race. Now, Luke Langfeld, he got the Lucas Oil hole shot, first man to the turn. but it looks like he's pausing. Robbie, what's going on there?
That can't be good for your momentum when you're that far out in front, but there he goes. He almost crashes into that pontoon boat with the Lucas Oil sign on top of it, but he is absolutely powering away. You can see big arms, gobbing a lot of water, and then you see that kick. You see how much he's kicking there? Usually triathletes try to save their legs for the bike. He's obviously saving nothing for the bike.
He is using a ton of energy out there.
The water's a lot denser than the air, so it does take a lot of energy to stay out front. Nobody can even hold his wheel. You can see the gap is tremendous. He's got over 20 seconds at turn 1.
Heather Westerman among the men there approaching that first turn. How is she looking, Robbie?
You can see Heather Westerman's flying through the swim. She has the advantage of actually swimming with the men. She can draft, she can ride on their feet. You can see her there with the pink cap leading the swim.
Heather Westerman in control. Taking a quick look back now, there is a great deal of work that must be done to pull off an event like this, a major team effort from the guys from the Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky Carpenters Union to the crews from the city of Hammond working long hours preparing the course in conjunction with the police department, and of course Ron Kurth and his aquatics unit setting the buoys and making sure everything is safe for our competitors. Thanks to all of you for your efforts. Back out to the men, and look at the lead Luke Langfeld has opened up.
He's really powering through this swim. He's got a 3-buoy lead on the rest of the pack, and you can see from the whitewater he's creating, you could practically water ski behind this guy with the velocity he's carrying through this third leg.
Not conserving a lot of energy at this point, right?
That's for sure. When you see all that whitewater coming off of his feet, you know he's using way more leg than most triathletes do. He looks like he's in like a Michael Phelps type swim race.
As opposed to Heather Westerman, who is in a great position here.
She's right off the right-hand side of the leader there in the red cap, drafting off the men again, really looking smooth, having a great swim.
Heather Westerman looking strong, a strong swimmer in control right now. Well, a great deal of our focus is on the elite athletes today. Let's not forget there are almost 1,000 other competitors out here, each with their own unique story on what brought them to triathlon. But perhaps no story is more compelling than that of Christopher Staley, who just 2 years ago weighed 500 pounds.
3 years ago, back in October, I hit my bottom. I was close to 500 pounds. I couldn't grocery shop without an electric scooter. Like, I would take naps after doing the dishes because my body was just, I couldn't do anything. I was up late one night and I was sitting and my arms were resting comfortably on my stomach. My stomach went all the way out to my knees. I was like, you know, I'm probably gonna be dead in a couple months. And I had a baby on the way, my second child, and I was just like, this has to change. And so I just made the decision to just take the weight off and start losing the weight. Went to the gym every day, and just every night I would just go and just keep doing it on the treadmill. And I got to where I was jogging. So I was like, hey, you should just do a race. I was down to about 320 at the time, did my first 5K, loved it. Signed up for a couple more. After doing my races and deciding to do triathlon, I was like, I want to be an Ironman. I have about 40 to 50 pounds of excess skin. I have to wear a full body suit. I can't wear the nice 2 pieces that everybody else gets to wear because it wouldn't be pretty. My dad, who's not in the best health, I wanted him to have something he can be proud of and say my son did something great. And so I've just started training, and that's all I do is just I train, and I competed in a 70.3 Ironman last year, and I'm making that progress toward doing a full. He came to my very first try, and he was so proud. You know, he served our country, and he's always been a guy that you can honor just by being around him, and just to know that he honors me by knowing that I'm a triathlete now, and he really respects that.
A truly inspiring story and an inspired performance by Luke Langfeld heading for the swim out.
Luke has led this swim from nose to tail. He's powering himself through, and watch him as he swims as far as he possibly can. You could probably stand up right there, but he's choosing to swim anyways because that's the most efficient way to get out of the water.
He does look a little tired, however.
He absolutely looks winded. He looks a little bit confused even. I think he put a little bit too much effort into that swim.
Now look at the lead he's opened up, though. Those are the second, third, fourth place men, and Heather Westerman among them.
There's that pink cap. She's bringing it home, actually trying to draft the best she possibly can. They're also with the lead group of men, or the second pack of men, and you can see she's sighting often. She's looking for that finish. She wants to be efficient on the swim out.
Langfeld now with a long run into transition, which, as we know, can be confusing. Just ask Adam Zuka.
Transition last year was great, and not only what was great was Robbie, one of my good friends, was commentating on the transition.
He looks confused. Oh my gosh, I think he actually lost his bicycle here for a second. Now he's found it. It looks like he's actually lost again, the second time he's been lost in transition here.
When I got there that morning, I was looking in, okay, am I by a porta-john? No, I wasn't by a porta-john. I was by a tree, but it was the same tree that was every 5 feet and the same diameter, right? So there was no identifying mark. So as I'm running down the transition last year, I admit it wasn't because I hadn't tried to figure out where it was going in. I just really everything looked the same.
He looks confused. Oh my gosh.
I deserve it totally 100%. You know, I hope that we show that again because it shows people what to expect.
Robbie, take it easy on your boy Adam.
I will promise you he will have a fast transition this year. He's been getting a little bit of ribbing for that the entire season.
Not so fast in transition, Luke Langfeld.
Really taking his time here. I'm surprised at how calm he is in transition. I don't necessarily think it's calm. I think the guy's tired.
The guys are catching up with him now. I mean, these are critical seconds.
He had such a great swim. Most of these athletes don't put on their socks, and there's Adam Zuko. He's sprinting through transition.
And he knows exactly where he's going, as does Luke Langfeld as he heads out for the bike exit.
You can see even with that slow transition, he's still way out in front of this main pack of contenders.
So your Lucas Oil leaderboard, Langfeld 1.5 minutes out of transition in front of the crew. Murphy, Fix, Stromberg, and Metzler hot on his tail. High above the VersaClimber transition area, Heather Westerman, a commanding lead. The great swimmer, this is a position she's accustomed to being in.
Having the swim be your fastest part of the race, it is a challenge. It actually has made me a much better triathlete over the years because I have fought as hard as I can to hang on. It's made my cycling far, far better. And during the run, I run as fast as I can, as hard as I can, and there's certainly girls out there who can run faster than I do, but I fight for as long as I can to the finish line, and sometimes I get passed, and sometimes I don't, and people may pass me, but I'll do the best I can.
Your Lucas Oil leaderboard, Heather Westerman, a big lead, and interestingly, Kirsten Sass, the favorite, almost 3 minutes behind, a lot of ground to make up as they head out to the bike course. Let's get a preview of the bike course from Robbie and Adam Zuko.
So Adam, talk about some of the things that you're thinking about, some things that are unique to this course that makes this part of the race so important.
On this course, it's kind of exciting because there's several out and backs. So you want to be up to speed, looking as fresh as you can, as quick as you can, not only to put physical time on your competitors, but also to start letting them know that you feel good. Right about here, you're a couple miles in, we're coming up on our first turnaround, and that's when the body starts to come around a little bit.
You know, Adam, one of the really unique things that Leon has brought to this race is an actual closed biking course for a portion of it. How interesting, how much fun is that for the athlete?
Oh, well, not even closed course, but a closed highway. I like having the open road in front of you, almost like one of those days if the world were to end, right?
They actually use this highway in Transformers, so it's funny that you pointed to that. But when you get to this point right here, you want to find a gear you can exit in. So you want to shift down a couple of gears. You want to brake as late as possible, go past the cone, cut back at it, get on the gas quickly, because when you get on the gas quickly and get yourself back up to speed, you find that aero position, the wind resistance starts to increase, and you want to make sure you're aero again.
Back out to the course, Luke Langfeld on the lead. How's he looking, Robbie?
He didn't take that turn as fast as I would like to have seen him, but this guy is an incredible swimmer, a huge lead. But you can see, once he refines that position a little bit, the front end of his bike way up in the air, he's taken on a lot of wind here. We're going to see if he can hold this lead.
That's going to be the challenge because they're coming after him right now. Coming up, there's a team competition out here at Leon's too, and we'll profile one team with a very special mission. Plus, a 16-year-old girl who just got her driver's license, but she'd much rather use pedal power, and she probably goes faster that way too. Stick around.
As a rider, I value the special brotherhood of other riders. Accidents happen because people don't see us. If you've been injured, call me, Tom Blackburn, the man with the bike.
Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people, committed to be the best.
The problem with taking out student loans is you've got to pay them back. What happens when you run out of money? Are your student loans past due? Are they even in default? Are your wages being garnished? Are you getting collection calls? we can stop all those bad things from happening to you and reduce your student loan payments to as little as $25 a month. Call right now and learn how you can solve your student loan problems. If you're buried in student loan debt, dealing with a tough job market, and scrambling every month to pay your student loans, it's easy to get late or behind. And that's when the problems start. We can help. We can bundle all your loans into one new lower monthly payment as low as $25 a month. This is a call you need to make. It's free. So call now and solve your student loan problems.
Hi, I'm Tom Blackburn, the man with the bike. I always say, look once for a car and twice for a motorcycle. That extra second can save a life. Please look twice.
Blackburn and Green, attorneys for injured people, committed to be the best.
Welcome back to Leon's Triathlon, but this is not just a one-day event. Yesterday was demo day, basically a festival of racing, all kinds of cool equipment and some cool cars too. Scions all over the place, this TC especially hot. Believe me, you don't want to miss this event. It is a triathlon party. You want it, they got it. Everything triathlons.
Chug, 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 chug. Woo!
Whoa. This is sweet.
It is a very fun, very fast bike.
Super light too, right? You can pick this thing up with your finger.
Yep.
Wow. What is your marquee item at your store? Is there one really cool thing that you think you guys have that you would want to show off?
I would say that everything is super awesome. I mean, I can't pinpoint one particular item because there's so much in our store. We are the largest triathlon apparel store in the Midwest. We do carry 7 different brands.
That was fun. And Leon having some fun here with the dogs from the Indiana Canine Assisted Crisis Response Team. These dogs give comfort, care, and support to public servants and survivors of disasters and other tragic events. And this is Team RWB. Yes, that stands for Red, White, and Blue. Also with a big group of athletes here. This is an organization dedicated to improving and enriching the lives of returning veterans, using sports and outdoor activities to connect them to people in their communities. VersaClimber also committed to this cause, bringing that slick red, white, and blue VersaClimber. Very nice. Doesn't seem too difficult for Chief Master Sergeant Patty Jackson. She is tough, a decorated 24-year veteran, but she truly understands the importance of this mission.
Well, being a veteran and just recently retiring and getting back into the community, Team Red, White, and Blue really helps us with that transition. A lot of people think of wounded warriors and they think of people missing arms and legs, and a lot of the wounds aren't visible. A lot of the wounds are hidden, and Team Red, White, and Blue helps us get reintegrated back into the community through sports and also through social activities.
Welcome back. As it starts to mist and the temperature drops, I look at my partner and I wonder, what the heck is he wearing on his head right now?
This is actually what cyclists affectionately call a hairnet helmet. And if you can believe it, about 30 years ago, my dad actually let me race with this helmet.
You know, everybody who knows anything about biking, Robbie, knows that you have to have an aero helmet if you want maximum efficiency. You just slide it on something like this, and you can see how the wind blows off the sides.
Let me help you out just a little bit here. This helmet actually goes on this way.
Oh, okay.
And in all seriousness, these helmets have really made a huge difference in triathlon. These helmets can save up to 60 to 70 seconds, and we know how close this bike split is. This could be a difference maker. It's very aerodynamic. It's actually significantly warmer than a helmet like this, so for today, not a bad choice.
All right, let's go back out to the action, where Luke Langfeld is hanging on to the lead, but not by much.
He's got the aero helmet, but he looks like he's struggling just a little bit. And you know what? He's a carrot dangling in front of one Adam Zuko.
Adam Zuko bearing down on him, about to make the pass. We talked to Adam about the art of the pass.
When you're in a situation where you get to be overtaking an athlete in a race, and any discipline, but especially on the bike and the run, you'd be lying if you said you're not setting up the psychological blow of that pass, right? So as you're coming up on that athlete, you're trying to assess how does that athlete look? What is their body language? You do things like when you're coming up on them, are they looking back on turns or not on turns? That's a sign of weakness. And so conversely, if you're in the front, you don't want to look back no matter what. You look for different ways to know if they're coming with shadows and sounds or if crowds are cheering seconds after you go by.
And there it is, left side of your screen, Adam Zuko blowing past Langfeld, taking control of this race. As you can see him approaching those bikes ahead, one of them is a paddleboarder, the other our own Robbie Ventura, professional cyclist. He's going to get a word with our leader as he opens up the lead.
I'm here riding with Adam Zuko, the lead on the tri. How's it going so far, Adam?
Yeah, it was a hard swim.
Hard swim?
Very disorienting. I love it.
Did you expect to be leading this race this early?
I'm pretty excited. It's a good position to be in.
A neat perspective here, and right from the mouth of the leader on the course given to us by Robbie. Now back to second place, and Luke Langfeld looking a little disinterested, and you better not do that when Colin Riley's on your tail. Blows right by him, leaving him in the dust, and he has got his sights set on Adam Zuko right now. Over to the women, that's Heather Westerman in the lead.
She's got a tremendous lead after that brilliant swim. She is used to being out front. She's doing everything she can to maintain her lead. There you go, looking at the cameraman, having some fun while she's doing it, trying desperately to cling to a 3-minute swim lead.
One of the great things about triathlon, particularly amateur triathlon, is that every year we get an influx of terrific new stories because of the young athletes that are emerging. Case in point, 16-year-old Victoria Clinton.
I'm Victoria Clinton. I just turned 16, I just got a car, and oh yeah, I'm a triathlete. 2 days ago, I got my license. Now I can officially drive legally. It is awesome. The freedom, I love it. This is Little Red. My parents got it for me for my 16th birthday, and I love it. This car is awesome. Since I've been racing, I've done 30 triathlons. Each one, I try to get better and better.
Victoria is a current state champion for cross country. She's definitely got championship winning pedigree in herself. And so she's at that stage right now where she's trying to figure it all out.
It's a family effort, no doubt.
My parents have really supported me whenever I have tough races or good races. They're always there for me, and I really appreciate them for that. Love you, Mom and Dad.
If she maintains focus and maintains drive and the positive attitude and training ethics that she's currently maintaining, that she can be one of the U.S. contenders looking to possibly be on an Olympic team here in 7 or 8 years, much like a Ben Canute.
If the Lord would have it, she would love to look at the gold rings, with the 6 gold rings on our Olympic symbol for the United States, to see if that could ever come her way.
I love the competition. I dream about it. I love it, and I embrace it each day.
A terrific story. And the story on the lead, Heather Westerman. The story now, Kirsten Sass blowing by her.
I had a feeling this was going to be done, but I didn't think it'd be done in the bike portion. The first 3 quarters of the bike portion, no less. She's still smiling, working as hard as she possibly can, but I think it's gone.
Kirsten Sass, a commanding lead and looking very strong right now.
Pushing the big gear, keeping herself low, very aerodynamic. She's in this thing to win it.
Coming up, Adam Zuko still on top, but there are some very fast guys in hot pursuit. And speaking of speed, we'll measure it. It's the Lifetime Fitness Speed Trap. We're going to put Robbie to the test.
With 18-inch alloy wheels, 8-speaker Pioneer audio system with Bluetooth and HD radio technology, a 2013 IIHS Top Safety Pick, plus a 2013 Best Resale Value Award from Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com. The TC is loaded with premium features from the inside out. Lease a 2013 Scion TC. $189 per month, $19.99 due at signing.
All throughout the summer, you'll find extraordinary festivals and unique events in the South Shore. Kick off festival season by enjoying top-name entertainment at Festival of the Lakes in Hammond. Then make sure to stop by the world-famous Pierogi Fest in Whiting, where culture and culinary become one. And don't forget to make a stop by Popcorn Fest in Valparaiso. Visit www.alongthesouthshore.com, where you can learn more about these festivals and more.
Welcome back to Leon's, and just down the road, the beautiful Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore. Great hiking trails, a popular destination for families all across the Midwest. So much to do around here. Kayaking, and the Lake Michigan Water Trail, a 75-mile stretch from Chicago to New Buffalo, Michigan. So many beautiful spots. You can learn much more about it at trekthesouthshore.com. You must be thrilled. Leon's Triathlon, a terrific event and a terrific event for your community.
Well, special events are a real important part of how we market the South Shore, and we're so pleased 4 years ago when Leon decided to come back after a hiatus and give us 250 participants this year. More than 1,000 people here, the event at capacity for now, and it's one of the great kickoffs to the triathlon series and season, and a great event for us here on the South Shore.
And people don't realize how close we are to Chicago. In fact, you can see the Sears/Willis Tower right there, and there's so much to do and so close.
It is. It's a great part of the Chicago market, given the combination of the dunes, the national park. It's a great place for special events.
Back out to the race. Colin Riley hitting it hard right now, entering the Lifetime Fitness Speed Trap.
One of the interesting new things here at Leon's Triathlon is a Lifetime Fitness Speed Trap. I'm here with Ken Lincoln to tell us a little bit more about it.
Hi, so for the first time you hit it for the mile, we want you to put the hammer down, see how fast you can go. We'll be doing it here at Leon's and at the Chicago Triathlon.
Okay, what kind of speed do you think I can get?
I think that we can get you up to 37.
37, that's it? How about you give me a shot at it?
How about 40? Go ahead.
Okay, here we go, boys. Approaching the Lifetime Speed Trap. Yeah! At the finish of the Lifetime Tri Speed Trap for the first time in my life. Can I please see the radar? How'd I do?
You did 32 miles an hour.
How does that stack up?
That's pretty fast.
The battle on the bike continuing to rage. Matthew Payne blowing right by Colin Riley like he's standing still. He is now in second place. Hey, the sport of triathlon is growing by leaps and bounds lately, and Lifetime Fitness is embracing it wholeheartedly. Recently, they announced an exciting new partnership, joining Leon's and the Lifetime Tri Chicago to form the Chicagoland Tri Series.
The Tri Series is just a way for us to give back to the local triathlon community. Really simple in the evolution. We have seen triathletes here locally for 30 years. They've been racing and had nothing to tie themselves to build more community. So Leon's early season, Chicago Triathlon's late season, we found this as a good bridge to start race directors building synergies.
That is going to be great for the local triathlon scene. Meanwhile, great on the lead, Kirsten Sass.
She's tapping out a good cadence still. You can see it's starting to get a little bit colder out there. She's blowing by one of the earlier competitors. Again, the camera lens is starting to get a little dew on it. It's getting wet out there. It may even be getting a little bit slippery. And here we have Adam Zuko. He's prepared to exit his bicycle. Both of his legs are on the left-hand side of his bike. He's really worried about making a quick transition.
And you can see, as you mentioned, the cold, everybody wearing extra layers out there. Is it affecting these athletes?
For sure. I mean, it's hard to shift when your hands are frozen. You can barely get your helmet undone. Everything's starting to tighten up a little bit, but you can see Adam ripping through transition.
And that's Matthew Payne, who has taken over second place. Right behind him is Colin Riley, so it's getting closer as Zuko heads out of transition. A good transition for Adam.
For sure. He's running out of transition, buckling up his number badge there. He's actually got a great little tempo as he exits transition to the run out.
Oh, but look how close these guys are. Payne and Riley, the best of the U.S. guys, and these guys can run too.
For sure they can run. Adam's a great biker, a decent runner, but it's only going to be a matter of time. Now he's the carrot, and they're the chasers.
So the Lucas Oil leaderboard, Adam Zuko, Payne, Riley, Stubleski, and Stromberg. Coming up, a 13-year-old triathlete? Yep, and this kid can fly. Plus, yes, those are men flying like birds high above Wolf Lake. What is this, you ask? You'll find out after a break.
What is Pods? A smarter way to store. We deliver a container, you fill it up. With things you're keeping for later and forever. Whenever you're ready, call us. We'll drive your container to one of our many secure storage centers. That's Pods.
Whether I'm thundering down the track at 300 miles per hour or driving my Toyota to the shop, I depend on Lucas Oil products for all my vehicles. The complete line of Lucas Oil products increases my race car's performance and protects my daily drivers. Made in America, sold to the world. Lucas Oil. It works.
What's the difference between Sea-Doo and other watercraft? Sea-Doo is the only watercraft with intelligent brake and reverse, so it can stop up to 100 feet sooner than other watercraft, which means more control than you've ever had on the water, and effortless maneuvering at the dock. Visit your Sea-Doo dealer now for great financing offers, plus a 3-year warranty. Sea-Doo, ultimate control on the water.
Now, how fun does this look? The guys from Chicagoland Flyboard entertaining the fans here at Leon's. Basically, it's a jet-propelled hoverboard. Very cool stuff.
People say, oh, it's like flying. No, it's not like flying. You are flying. Within 5 minutes, we can get anybody flying out of the water. And from there, within 15 minutes, you're doing your maneuverabilities, right turn, left turn, and you just keep getting better and better.
Just head down to 31st Street Beach and you can actually do this, but hopefully you'll be doing it on a warmer day than today. Welcome back now, and as you can see, we are layered up a couple layers. The temperature's probably dropped 20 to 30 degrees, and it's clearly affecting the race at this point. Robbie, what's going through these people's minds out there?
It is a very, very cold day. They weren't expecting this. They were expecting cool temperatures, but not this cold. Mentally and physically, it really takes its toll on these athletes. Their fingers don't work right. They can't shift. They can't unbuckle their helmets. And then physically, their legs actually tighten up. You know, the body has to work extra hard to keep itself warm. So from a physical aspect, it hurts, but mentally, it kind of dims your spirit just a little bit. It's super cold. You're trying to keep yourself warm. Mentally, physically, very, very challenging with these conditions.
All right, Kirsten Sass on your left heading out of transition. There's Heather Westerman heading in. So the lead increasing, and there's Jen Garrison, the woman with the never say die attitude.
Man, I wake up 7 days a week at 4:30 in the morning. I am not going to ever back off. I sacrifice too much. My husband does, my kids do, for me to be here right now. So for me, and I feel like this is a benefit of having family, there's no way I'm ever going to back off. I will pass out, black out before I ever back off.
Now there's the will of a champion, Jen Garrison. Here she is in transition.
Yeah, she's in third place right now, trying to get her helmet off. It looks like she's struggling a little bit with it.
And we talked about the cold here clearly affecting her. Maybe her hands are getting numb.
Oh my gosh, this is taking way longer than she expected, that's for sure. The other athletes are leaving the transition. They're gaining time on her. She can't get the helmet off. This is agonizing to watch.
She gained so much on the bike. These are crucial seconds. You can see Kirsten Sass just running away from her at this point.
She was in contention when she headed into transition here. She's almost putting herself out of the race.
These are minutes, seconds that could cost her the race. Obviously, Jen Garrison coming into this very strong.
She's got to get out there. She's got to get out there. Just start running, Jennifer, with your helmet on. Come on, girl.
She's trying, but you know, you could just feel her pain. She cannot get that thing off.
Her hands aren't working. It's obvious. She's trying to rip it off the front of her. She's finally going to head out of transition here. I bet she lost over 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Is she going to run the entire run course with that helmet? No, she's not. She got it off. Finally. So there is your Lucas Oil leaderboard. Kirsten Sass in control, Westerman in second, and Garrison struggling in third, trying to make up ground. Back out to the men, Payne and Riley bearing down on Adam Zuko. And Robbie, tell me, when did you run your first triathlon?
You want to reveal my age here. It's 35 years of age.
So you didn't do one when you were 13 years old?
Absolutely not.
Because I know a kid who did.
I was like a really good swimmer, and I was like 9 at the time, and my mom signed me up for a kids triathlon downtown Chicago, and I thought it was going to be really cool and stuff, and I went there, and I had a lot of fun, so I carried on with sport, because it was a really good sport.
You know, he started off as a great swimmer, and when he knew he could run, and the last part was biking, so we just signed him up, and he loved it.
It's more like the odd thing, whereas like if you play like baseball or basketball, like you're like normal. Since this is like my longest triathlon I've ever done, I just want to see what I have no benchmarks basically. I just want to see how I do.
I think he'll be great. He's a gamer. He loves, you know, to be against the best, and so it'll be interesting to see how he finishes. You know, it's all about, you know, coming out safe.
He's got what it takes. He's got the attitude. He's got the right attitude. He's got the momentum. He definitely has the talent. So I think the number one thing is the right attitude, and he doesn't stop. Like I said, even if this race goes great tomorrow, he's still going to say, well, I could have done this better. I could have done that, and that's what makes a champion.
Kind of want to like do Ironman in the future, but I want to try to get to like the World Championships for Ironman. I think that'd be really cool.
What a great story. 13 years old, unbelievable. Heather Westerman at the Luke Water Station taking in some fluid.
She's a smart triathlete, that's for sure. When it's cold like this, you forget to drink, and she's not forgetting. And there's our leader, Kirsten Sass, running alongside my Vision Quest teammate, Mike Wadager.
Go VQ, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, Kirsten Sass in the lead as we head toward the finish. Freezing cold and dog tired. Who has the stamina? Who has the courage to take it all the way home? Plus, you want to live strong? You better eat right. The Centered Chef has some tips on fueling your body for power performance.
Go inside the lives of Chicago's biggest sports stars, only on Inside Look on Comcast Sportsnet. Your questions answered.
I had a great time playing football.
Idols revisited.
I want people to know that about my life, not what I did, but who I am.
And the stories behind the headlines revealed.
We feel that our legacy will live forever.
Catch a new interview every month with Inside Look on Comcast Sportsnet. Visit csnchicago.com for listings. This All-Star break, relive the road to the Stanley Cup with Chicago Blackhawks, a championship journey. Presented by your Chevy dealers. Don't miss the 5-day CSN event, bringing you every victory of the playoffs and every game of the final. From puck drop at the Met House to unforgettable game-winning goals and all the on-ice celebrations from Boston. Relive every moment, beginning July 14th on Comcast Sportsnet.
There's fun and adventure around every corner of our state, and Discover Wisconsin is your weekly ticket to it all. Uncover all the excitement, unique attractions, and friendly people every weekend on this station. And visit Chevy.discoverwisconsin.com for your chance to win a getaway to Stevens Point. Start making plans for your own adventure every week on Discover Wisconsin. Saturday mornings at 10 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Welcome back. This is the moment. Adam Zuko, a little tired, looks like he is in trouble.
He's had a great race up until this point, but we talked about the depth of this field. Here are two new guys at this race at Leon's this year, both great runners, making the pass on the veteran. And you can see the sign of respect they both show each other. There's a lot of mutual respect amongst all these guys.
First Riley, then Payne, both best of the U.S. guys. They are cruising right now. Looks like it's going to be those two going to the finish. It takes an extraordinary amount of will just to finish a triathlon. A ton of courage displayed out here today under not the most comfortable of conditions. But everyone is on a mission, especially this bunch. Team in Training, raising money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, a dedicated group with a noble cause.
Athletes join Team in Training. They choose an event, a marathon, half marathon, century ride, or a triathlon or a hike adventure. And they raise money for Leukemia and Lymphoma Society while training for their event.
Colin Riley just rolling now, passing the Luke Water Station.
He got super motivated when he passed Adam Zuko, and it looks like he's lit the turbines and is distancing himself from Matthew Payne.
Clearly this guy is properly fueled. Let's learn more about how to do that in the Strachan Van Til Hour Tip.
Hey guys, Chef Ryan Hoopmacher from Centered Chef here. We're talking about race day recovery. To get started, we got two recipes for you. First off, we're talking chocolate avocado pudding. That's right, avocados, a healthy fat, all right? So we're gonna put avocados right inside of our food processor here. Pop those right in there. We're gonna go with a 1/4 cup of honey. We're gonna go with a 1/4 cup of cocoa powder. All right, and then we're gonna go with a 1/4 cup of water to make this nice and smooth. Now to add a little flavor to this, a little vanilla extract for some sweetness, a little hint of fresh squeezed lemon, and we're gonna go with a pinch of salt right on top of here. Simple, few ingredients, the top on, we're gonna pulse it till it's nice and smooth. The end result is a perfect dessert right here that's gonna fill you up. And hey, what kind of chocolate pudding do you know reduces bad cholesterol? All right, so finishing, we have hydration. How about a mocktail? So our friends at Vita Coco, we do a coconut agua fresca with a little strawberry and basil that's muddled together like this. You can put it into a shaker. Sans alcohol if you'd like. This one's virgin and naked. We shake this one up, take off the top, pour it right inside here. We got beautiful flavors of basil and strawberry infused together. Put a little basil in there, and you've got the perfect summer cocktail. And that's performance nutrition with Centered Chef.
Thank you very much. That looks good. And there is our leader, looking good as well, Colin Riley, approaching the Zoot turnaround. That marks the halfway point on the run course.
And he's going to be excited when he sees the gap he has over second place runner Matthew Payne. There he is, looking good, looking strong, good turnover. Matthew Payne cruising in second place.
As for the women, Jen Garrison making the pass on Westerman into second place.
She struggled a little bit in transition, but she's got herself together and heading for Sass.
Trying to catch her. Coming up, it's gut check time. The men and the women in the home stretch. One last power drive to the finish. Who will break the tape?
Leon's Triathlon is brought to you by Luke, Lifetime Try, Safeway Scaffolding, Core Power Milk, Haas Construction, Budweiser Fallen Heroes, the Hammond Port Authority, Team RWB, Leukemia Team in Training, Just Don't Work Out, and the Indiana, Ohio, Kentucky Carpenters Union.
A 2.4-liter engine with 158 horsepower and a 6-speaker Pioneer audio system with Bluetooth and HD radio technology. The Scion XB checks all the boxes. This 2012 IIHS Top Safety Pick comes with a Scion Service Boost complimentary maintenance plan. Lease a 2012 Scion XB, $179 per month, $19.99 due at signing.
Are you looking for what's happening along the South Shore this summer? With water parks, a candy factory, family fun centers, and miles of beaches, there is so much to do along the South Shore. Visit www.alongthesouthshore.com for upcoming events, seasonal activities, getaway packages, special offers, and more. Visit www.alongthesouthshore.com now to start planning your summer itinerary.
It's not too soon to register for next year's Leon's Triathlon. The date, June 1st, 2014. Don't miss it. For more information, go to chicagolandtriseries.com.
That's the Lucas Oil fan cam, and yes, cold as they are, there's a ton of excitement at the finish line with these fans as this race grows. I'm telling you, fans coming from far and wide to Leon's. And plenty to cheer about right now as Colin Riley heads for the finish. I don't think they're going to catch it.
Boy, does he look good. And the best of the U.S. triathletes coming to Leon's and dominating with both first and second place here on the run. Look at him come around that corner, running for home, looks over his shoulder, knows he has it at this point. One more right-hand turn, and he brings it home.
He is cruising. This must be an amazing feeling, huh?
When you're heading up that home stretch, the people are cheering, everything's going crazy, and you know you've beat a tough day, a tough field, great run, great bike, great swim. Here he comes, finishing it off.
Congratulations, Colin Riley, the 2013 Leon's champion. Robbie caught up with him.
Colin, you won the Leon's Triathlon. You literally just finished. You look fresh as a daisy. Was it tough out there today?
It was definitely tough, but honestly, this weather suits me really well. I'm a little bit bigger of a guy, and the cooler weather, I wasn't warm or cold. It was just pretty neutral for me, so it definitely helped on the run, and just felt great.
Matthew Payne crossing in second place, as we said. Best of the U.S. first and second and fourth and fifth. A dominant performance. Top 4 out of the top 5 men. 1, 2, 3. Yes, the Core Power Milk Bath. Colin isn't cold enough. He is really cold now. And there's Kirsten Sass.
Sprinting with nobody else in sight, she wins Leon's 2013 Women's Triathlon.
Congratulations, a terrific performance, just eating it up on the run. Robbie, talk to her.
Kirsten, what's it like to have a support crew like this? I mean, we got Elvis, we got the two little ones. What's it like to come across the finish line and see this?
It's amazing, and it's really fun on the course too, because I can always find them somehow.
Triathlon's about having fun, right? And you guys are obviously having fun.
We have a great time with it. We do the Elvis Presley 5K every year, of course, being from Tennessee, and this is my Elvis right here.
Elvis inspired her today. Kirsten Satz with a dominant victory. Garrison second. Juno third, coming from 10th place last year. Terrific. That's the Lucas Oil leaderboard. This is the Zoot Team Cup. It goes to the winners of the team competitions out here. This year's winners in the men's division, TBC wins the cup. Training Bible, always tough. On the women's side, WellFit takes it home. As for the co-eds, Vision Quest, Project Blue. Hey, that's Robbie's team. Congratulations to all the Zoot Team Cup winners. And as the age groupers continue to stream past the finish line, we are reminded what this is all about. Friends and family coming together for a very special event, having made sacrifices, so much hard work to achieve their goals. Truly an amazing feeling of accomplishment. Congratulations to all of our finishers here today. And if you live near Northwest Indiana and you're looking for something to do Saturday, August 3rd, check out Wham, the Whiting-Hammond After Midnight Ride. Going to be lots of fun. Give them a call at 219-659-7678. So the end comes to a long but amazing day of racing. And of course, Leon, the namesake and our host, joins us. Leon, could it have been any better today?
It was absolutely awesome. I can't thank everyone enough. It was just an incredible day, lasting lifetime memories, and from the bottom of my heart, I just want everyone to know how grateful and humble we are to be part of this fantastic event. Just thank you, and thank you again for being here.
Leon, I don't know how you do it. This was a very, very competitive regional race last year. This year, you've taken it up a notch. Now it's a competitive national race. Tell us how you bring so many great triathletes here to Hammond, Indiana for Leon's.
At the end of the day, I was told that if you build something, they will show up. Our goal is to build the most premier event in North America, and right now we know we have a lot of work ahead of us, but the commitment and the passion and never give up attitude is basically what we're all about, and I just can't express how grateful we are to be part of this event.
30 years, Leon. 30th anniversary this year. Can you believe it's been 30 years?
It's a very humbling. 30 years is special, and it's something that when we started this, we knew from the bottom of our heart that we were going to give everything that we have, but the 30 year is just an incredible feeling to know that we've made it to 30 years. And again, everyone out there, I just can't express how grateful we are.
All right, I'm a little afraid to do this. Leon doesn't sleep for 3 days with his race, and that hat hasn't come off him since I've seen him here. But the Lucas Oil guys said, you have to put on one of our hats. So Leon, go ahead, Don, take it off. See if we can put this on that noggin of yours. Oh, boy, oh, boy. Oh, boy.
All
right, get it.
Look out. Here we go. Got a new look for the next event.
All right, the perfect way to wrap it up. You go get a shower and get some sleep, and we will all be back next year for Leon's World's Fastest Triathlon.
Today's race is dedicated to the memory of Bob Maestro, one of the founders of Body Glove. He and his twin brother Bill invented the first commercially viable neoprene wetsuits. They were true innovators. And thanks to them, the water is safer for everyone in the sport of triathlon.